Good morning, everybody. This is ThePandaPhotographer. I'm a documentarian, travel consultant, travel photographer. I document everything I do on my travels. We are in Long Island City. We are not in crazy Manhattan, toxic Manhattan, but I need to address something that is very important. And I want you New Yorkers to understand how I feel about the mayor of this city. He's a condescending bastard. First and foremost, where were all these resources before these immigrants came off the bus from Texas? Because before, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I've been here for 1 year. Officially, as of today, I've been here for 1 year. And ever since I've been here, I asked for resources. I asked to be quarantined when I had COVID, and I was denied. So let me ask the mayor, why are you providing these immigrants, no pun intended, these immigrants need a safe haven. I'm not discriminating against that, but my Constitution tells me and my human rights tells me that as a taxpayer, when I asked for those services and those resources, they weren't available to me or available to anyone else in New York City that is suffering by paycheck with paycheck, living on the streets or suffering as a homeless individual. Now there's hotel services and hotel vouchers and food vouchers for these immigrants. Wow, when taxpayers that pay taxes like we do ask for those resources, we are not giving it to us. So let me ask you guys a question. Why would you allow your mayor to do this? Play this stupid game with the governor of Texas. Mayor, let me explain something to you. You have an obligation to stop. You have an obligation to show your fellow New Yorkers the respect that they deserve, not disrespect that they deserve. Because honestly, the homeless individuals are scratching their heads like, well, I asked for those services 3 years ago, and they told me I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do this to even get on the mailing list or the list that was provided for those resources. And then there was a waiting list. You guys know how the system works for the homeless or for people in poverty. You're always going to be on a waiting list, right? So let's get real with this shit. The mayor literally is making and taunting the homeless right now. He literally is making fun of you as someone that works paycheck to paycheck, struggling to keep your apartment or keep your mouth fed. And this mother effer decides that he's going to continue to bring in more immigrants and allow the immigrants to come in and give them the resources that the taxpayers we asked for and paid for. And when we need it as American or dual citizens, as I am, and when we finally want to use those resources, oh, it's not available to us. That is not a good fucking justice system in this country. That is literally anarchy at its finest. Yes, anarchy. It's anarchy at its finest. That's a corrupt government and a corrupt city that is literally taunting its own citizens, making you pay more, but you won't get more. That's not cool at all. Making you pay more rent for what? If you're going to evict me, New York City, you better have those resources ready for me. That's the point I'm trying to make. You do not have those resources ready for me. But you're trying to make yourself look good, Mayor. I see your image. I see your play here. I literally see your play. Why are there so many homeless people? I'm explaining why there's a lot of homeless people. I'm explaining. The system is corrupt. It's all about, hey, the mayor is literally taking this as a he thinks this is a strategy for his next election. Oh, dude, I can read you like a book, Eric Adams. You are not fooling anyone. You're trying to please your Spanish community. No. You already have a large Spanish community here. You got the Dominicans, you got the Cubans, you got the Puerto Ricans. You got a lot of people, you got a lot of people here that are suffering. And you are now pulling out your Trump card. Oh, my panda, guys. His Trump card was, he's now asking for emergency assistance for 5,000 beds. Hotel beds. Yes. How is that even possible? Financially, How is that possible? If you guys have that much resources and money, why are you not putting that into the homeless outreach program? Because let me tell you, as a former outreach and a social worker that used to work for the state of Wisconsin and used to work for Portrait, the state of Oregon, and I literally have to say, this is by far the most distasteful decision by any public official. But this mayor, as soon as he went in office, he literally attacked the homeless. He literally made a target. He chose a demographic group of people that he wanted to select. Is homeless people in New York City being criminalized for being homeless because the city itself and its social worker services is not fucking ideal? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, half of New York City is poor. Half of New York City, 12% of that is rich. The rest trying to make it through. The others have money. They can live on Fifth Avenue. They can live on Upper West Side. They can live in Lincoln Center. They can live in, Lenox Hill? Park Avenue? Right. But when I ask for resources, I am being denied those resources. I don't think that's a fair play. I don't think that's correct policy. I think there's a lot of things that the mayor needs to come clean about, and it's DHS Homeless Services here in New York. The commissioner for that, he's a corrupt person. He's a liar. You allow people to sleep on the floor for months. I read those reports back in the day. Yeah, you are not a very good person. You're not a very good liar. You're not a very good liar. Just your face expression itself said that you were lying. The way you answer, as a psychology education, the way you answer was not very truthful. So, you guys wanted to know, and I'm telling you what you need to know. And take it just with a grain of salt, everybody. Hey, Sadness. Yeah, you know what's sadness? Hey, Sadness, you know what's so sad? That the mayor of this city refuses to help the homeless, or the taxpayer that actually came homeless, but he wants to help immigrants from Texas and wants to immigrate. And as I said, he literally is actually making an emergency 5,000 beds for hotel services for these immigrants. They need placement, he says. Okay, they need placement. So do we need placement. We've been in the shelter system. Some people have been in the shelter system for years, waiting for a fucking opportunity, for this opportunity, and you give it to someone that just came off a bus. That is so highly disrespectful. That is so disrespectful that the mayor literally disrespects his own citizens. Literally, people have been suffering in the homeless shelter system for years, waiting for housing, waiting for opportunities like this to get out of the fucking shelter. And this man literally says, nope, you taxpayers going to have to wait. Then this is what I want you taxpayers to do. Don't pay your taxes. Don't pay your taxes. Don't pay your rent. Don't pay your taxes. Protest what this mayor is doing. Literally protest the single fact that he's violating the homeless bill of rights and the people's rights that are homeless. You're not giving any homeless person an opportunity. You want them to go into the fucking homeless shelter, which is a dangerous facilities, mind you. Drugs activity, crime activity, robbery activity, fight activity, gang activity. Yeah, gang activity. People stealing from each other. You want me to go into that shithole? You guys don't have no control over. You hire security that are civilians that have no training whatsoever. You hire outreach young people that have no training how to talk to homeless individuals. I talk to homeless individuals and I record them all the time. They know I'm recording them because they want to be seen. Because obviously in New York City, you're not looking. Look at all my footage that I just posted in the last week, showcasing some homelessness in the city. Not one person stopped for one homeless person and gave that down. Look what happened last night. Look what happened last night in East Village. That old woman was looking for something to eat. And she went to ask civilians while she was walking down the street, and they just walked by and denied it. Say, oh, I don't have it. Yes, you do have it. You don't have a dollar to spare. Let me explain something. I'm homeless in New York City. You know how many dollars I have spared to other homeless people that I can be using right now to eat right now? But I took that risk because I care. You don't care. That's the difference between you and I in New York City. So I suggest New York City, get your act together and start fighting for your resources. Literally. Those are your resources. You pay for it. And your tax dollars, you pay for those resources. Oh my panda. Someone took your mom's Bible to smoke weed. Yeah, that's actually a true thing. I witnessed that in Porchlight and back in Madison, Wisconsin, working for Porchlight. People would take Bible papers and roll the paper up and smoke weed out of it. Or tobacco. That's a jail thing. And people do that in the shelters. Mind you, I am literally not a fan of smoking cigarettes. I don't like the smell. I don't like the stench, even though I can't smell anymore. But I used to know how that stench is. It's disgusting. It lingers on your clothes. It makes you smell like mildew. It makes you smell like crap. Why you even smoke the cigarette? Can I recommend smoking weed instead? I don't promote it, but it's the thing that I don't like is the cigarettes. It's so disrespectful. Someone yesterday sat next to me and blew smoke in my face. That is so disrespectful. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what is very important right now. The mayor literally is taunting his own citizens. The mayor of the city literally is... Now you want to flex a muscle? You want to flex a muscle, sir? I can't believe you just flexed 5,000 muscles to help these people. When you have over 50,000 homeless people in the city. Actually, you have more than 50,000. You have more than 120,000. You're just not calculating or doing the math. You're not doing your census count correctly. Let me explain what census count, ladies and gentlemen. If you, like I said, if you are living with your friends and you're sleeping on a couch and you're paying them rent to sleep on that couch, you are still homeless. If you are not on that lease and you're not on documentation, you are still homeless. That means you work from paycheck to paycheck. Literally, everyone is one paycheck away from being homeless in the city. So, Mayor of New York, be more realistic. Look what you're doing. The rent is going up. People are not going to afford $5,000. No one's going to continue to live in Long Island City and think they're going to pay $5,000. Oh, they need to go get roommates. Why should they get roommates? I would love to have my privacy. I would love to have my own apartment without these complications and these rent increases. It just shows that New York City is just too greedy, growing too fast, and people that come here to live here are not really thinking about the people that actually were born and raised in this city. You literally are taking away their resources for your own gain. Believe it or not, I know how the system works. This is why I got a current EEOC against Porchlight, against a 501c3 agency, against a homeless agency, because they violate human rights. And this is what I was talking about in Porchlight. Now I'm talking about it here. Human rights are being violated every day in New York City. And no one stands up or no one says nothing about it. Because it's not their problem, they say. It is your problem. You live in the neighborhood that that person might sleep in. You live in the neighborhood that person wants to feel comfortable in. Most people don't realize this. But some of the homeless people do not want to be in hectic environments. Because already enough, homelessness is already a stressful ordeal. It is so stressful. When you put someone in a shelter, it's traumatizing. It's like going to jail. You guys have no idea. This mayor has no idea. Just because he was a beat cop, a transit beat cop in the city, doesn't mean he understands homelessness. He hasn't been there. He hasn't slept I want the mayor to spend 30 days out here with us. Literally, 30 days. Take that challenge, Mayor, because I guarantee you won't complete it. You can't use your credit card. You can't use anything. The only resources that you can get is from the people. People that can support you. Oh yeah, sign up for a Cash App, buddy, or a PayPal. This is how you're gonna give back to the community. All that money that you get, let's say you do the challenge. You're gonna set up this account. You're gonna give people hope. You're gonna give people what they need. You're gonna set up a fucking PayPal account or a Cash App fundraiser account or GoFundMe account, and you're gonna raise money for what you're gonna do. I want you to come out here for 30 days. I want you to literally tell the government, yes, change this world for better. We need to make America better. We need to stop this homelessness and this portrayal of homelessness being criminalized. Like I said, Tennessee made it a felony to be homeless. That is not constitutional at all. That is not constitutional. What under the Constitution says that anyone that becomes houseless, homeless, or poor or automatic become felonies? That is that's an illegal constitution. I'm sorry. That is so illegal, and that is such a violation of my human rights, my civil rights, and my Constitution. There are 20,000 restaurants in NYC. Anyone can get a job. And hey, Mike, guess what? And those 20,000 restaurants are actually closing because of the freaking... Guys, do you know the statistic number here? Because I can tell you right now. I already did the research. I already showed you the research. Some people like Mike is new here. He doesn't know. So let's do the math for him. Let's repeat one of my videos. There's not 20,000 restaurants in New York City. There's actually over 30,000 restaurants in New York City. And those 30 restaurant cities are mom and pop shops. 22 to 25% of those restaurants are high-end 4-star, 5-star restaurants. 5% of those restaurants have closed down since pandemic and never reopened. 10% of those mom and pop restaurants closed down after the pandemic because they thought that the city was going to recover. And as you can see from down this block, a lot of these restaurants are closed. A lot of these businesses are closed. Look at this place. This used to be a daycare center and a market. It is closed. It no longer exists. My point exactly. Why work at a restaurant knowing that it's not guaranteed you can last here forever? Why? Why try to? And the restaurant is not, and mind you, Mike, I understand what you're trying to say, but this is not the point of the video. We're talking about the mayor now saying that all these resources now just suddenly just pop up. That's the point of this video. Now all of a sudden, all these resources that people were asking for now popped up out of nowhere because the mayor wants to show an image. He's trying to get reelected. He thinks that helping these immigrants is going to help him get reelected. But he doesn't understand that a lot of people in New York City are confused. Wait, now you open the emergency door to help these people coming from Texas? And you want to compete with the governor? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I seen people yesterday. If you were watching my live stream last night, that old woman deserved a meal. That old woman deserved a meal. Young people walking down the street and telling her no? Dude, she raised you probably. That woman's old enough to raise you, or did have raised you. That's someone's mother. That's someone's grandmother. And you're saying no to $1? And as I said, I'm also in this predicament. And I'm able to give another homeless man $1 or a woman $1. That's how fucked up the city is. How is another homeless man giving another homeless person $1 that they need? That's sacrifice. That is sacrifice. Guys, you know, we do nice things on this channel to help other people. We try to do the very right thing to do. We also like to protest against shit that is unethical. And this is unethical. And a lot of New Yorkers are pissed off right now. You should see the comments on YouTube.
on the New York City NBC news channel. They are ripping NBC apart because you know why? They tried to guys, if you seen that news report yesterday, it was so disgusting. So they were talking about crime in the 6th district, where the 6th precinct is, in Greenwich Village, West Side, right? So they talk about Washington Park, right? And you see a homeless man bathing in the pool, but he's not nude. They made it seem like he's nude. No, he was not. I was there when you guys were recording that. Mind you, I walk around and I was there when you guys were recording this episode. So that is just bullshit. That is just bull. Dude, let me explain something. If you go to Washington Square Park on a hot day, you're going to see everybody in that little pool. Not just homeless. You're going to see everybody trying to cool off. You're going to see the white boys, the girls, the college students, everybody that lives in the NYU, Soho, and NoHo area. You're going to see everyone in Washington Park. That's the most... Guys, Washington Park is the most interesting park in the city other than Central Park. It's the most park that gets a lot of traffic and a lot of young people. They do pool parties in that park every summer. That's why I'm like, listen to that news broadcast. I was like, you trying to blame this on the homeless? Focus on the robberies. They were talking about robberies, theft, store owners getting robbed. Businesses have closed because death is on the rise. Crime is on the rise in Manhattan. Crime in Manhattan is at an all-time high. Why are you digging in Queens? Look what happened to me last night. Some fucking homeless guy tried to attack me and said, hey man, don't record me. Man, listen friend, this is a free country. I'm recording on a public street. Violate my constitution and I violate your constitution. You violate my human rights, I violate your human rights. See, fair is fair, right? He got an attitude. I don't want to be recorded. Don't you want to tell your story? And by the way, you're not even on my video. So stop pretending there's a problem. But anyway, as I said, the mayor literally out of nowhere decided to pull out his Trump card, and now he has 5,000 hotel emergency beds. Wait. Guys, remember in the winter when people were literally freezing to death? Where was those 5,000 beds? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Why are now there's food resources for them, vouchers, and all this other stuff? When the people of New York, taxpayers like you, ask for it, it's not available to you. And now it's available to those that are not even living in the city and haven't paid taxes. And no offense to those immigrants. I feel sorry that the governor of Texas sent you here. But this is not the ideal city to live in. If I was going to recommend a city, I would choose the Midwest. For good reason. Because there are plenty of fucking jobs out there in the Midwest. That's why we heading back there. That's the reason why we heading back. There are plenty of good jobs. And by the way, the rent is so much cheaper. The rent, guys, I found a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,180. Oh yeah, $1,180. Oh, doesn't that sound nice? Guys, I used to live in Wisconsin. I used to be a student at UW University. Guys, I literally paid rent from 2007 to 2011. I paid only, well, technically, that's not true. 2006, 2007, I paid $820 for rent for a 2-bedroom apartment. 2007, 2008, I paid $760 for a 3-bedroom apartment. But that was on Fitchburg Avenue going towards the south side of Madison. Then my parents decided to release a condominium because me and my cousin Chie and other friends from Korea were students at UW. And we thought it was going to be a waste of money, but it wasn't because we all benefit from it. But here's the thing, rent in the Midwest is much cheaper. Jobs, you can find construction, you can find labor factory, cheese factory. If you guys like cheese, you want to work in a cheese factory, yeah, you want to develop cheese, go to Wisconsin. If you guys want to work on the landscape, you want to be, let's say you want to accomplish by, I don't know, you want to get into agriculture. That's a great start. Midwest is a great start to start off with agriculture. It's a very good, I think the Midwest is probably the best place to actually live at this time. It's not perfect, but it's actually better than New York City. No, it's not like New York City. It doesn't have train systems. Well, it does have train system, but you got to go based on its schedule. Now, trains don't run all the time in these cities. They do run for a certain amount of time. Let's say 5 a.m. to midnight. That's a common thing in Madison. Yeah, Sanders, we have to let Mike, we got to let Mike in. We got to let Mike in. We got to let Mike in. We need more people to understand what's going on. We can't get mad at Mike for not, we can't get mad at Mike for not watching the freaking 1,500 videos that I upload on this channel. That's not his fault. He just popped in because he saw something. He saw the headline. He was like, oh, well, there's plenty of jobs in the city. But he doesn't understand that no one is willing to hire anyone at any time. Look what happened to me at the job interview at that restaurant. That 5-star restaurant. That guy literally said, I don't think you're going to be reliable. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? I think you should work for a Michelin star restaurant. Are you fucking kidding me? You're being very biased. And this is why I was telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why a lot of HR employees do that, because when they look at my work history, they're like, oh shit. They just keep reading. They keep reading. They keep reading. Hey, dude, you had restaurant, social services, mental health services. You worked at a COVID medical center? What? That's the thing. I have an archive of jobs that people are just confused about, like how you went from medical to food. First of all, I was in food since I was a kid. So that's, no. I've been in the food industry since I was a kid. Since I was in Japan. Been in the food industry. This is why we know how to make ramen properly. Okay? This is why I'm the ramen king. I shouldn't say I'm the ramen king because I'm really not. But I am the ramen panda king. Ain't like me. There's nobody like me. And this is why I say, if you're black, let me explain this to you black African Americans. You guys have opportunities, and don't let the government or the city officials tell you you do not. Guys, I lived in Japan for half my life, or most of my life, or half my life. You can say a good partial of my childhood life, right? And my adult life, right? And I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of black African Americans, women and men living in Japan, and they would tell you, living in Japan is better than living in the States. Yes, you might feel a little bit awkward. You might feel like Japanese are being a little discriminatory, but that's not the case. They're just curious. If you explain to them, "Asimasen," or like, "Konnichiwa," greet them, say nice things. They will talk to you. They will ask you, "Why Japan?" And you tell them the truth. You say, I was told that this is the best place to live. I told this was the best opportunity. I want to make Japan a better place. I want to offer Japan something that no one can offer. You let people know you came in solidarity. I came here in solidarity, and look what happened. I got robbed several times. We got profiled by police. Do you guys want me to show you that video again? It's so embarrassing that NYPD officer literally felt like shit afterwards. When you know your rights, this is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, please know your rights, know the law, know your sanctions, know your sites, because if you don't, they're going to literally tear you apart. NYPD loves to do that. Oh yeah, by the way, NYPD is also being sued right now from a guy that, what happened, so let me tell you what happened in 2019. This guy delivered a mail-in package that was confidential, okay, and he mailed it to the 14th Street Union Square Transit NYPD what is that station down in the 14th Street Union Square, right? He dropped off the letter that it's pretty much paper. It's a notarized letter for that officer to appear in court. So obviously he was served, and basically that black man that was delivering that package was detained, arrested, and charged for weapons. A small knife like this, a small knife, a pocket knife. And guess what? He's suing the city. Oh, and the city's gonna fucking pay for it. because they literally did something they wasn't supposed to. And now they understand that who he was working for. He wasn't supposed to open that package. That was not his duty to open the package or tell people what's in the package. He was only there to serve that documentation to that officer. That was it. But guess what? NYPD made a mistake. Oh, NYPD is also getting sued for another incident. This is why I'm saying to the mayor, like, you might be a big cop, but you probably wasn't the best cop. This is why you don't understand homelessness. You don't understand the people as you thought you did. Times are changing. You either gotta adapt to the times, like what he said. He complained about the weed smoking. Yeah, that is a kind of a nuisance. But you know what's a nuisance? When people smoke cigarettes and they blow that shit in your face. That is not cool. Don't blow any toxins in my face. But with that said, everyone, he complained about the smell. Yeah, he literally complained about the smell. And everyone is like, what are you smelling? We smell trash. You must be smelling something else, because we smell trash. We don't smell weed. We smell trash. The only time you smell weed is you go to Washington Square Park, or you go to any park. People are now going to the public parks to smoke and in solidarity and safe. I think smoking in the public, in the like Central Park, or it's a safe bet. You're not smoking on the streets. You're not blowing smoke in someone's face. I think the park is more ideal. And yes, you're not supposed to smoke in the parks because you can cause a potential fire. And I understand that. I understand that clearly. But what this mayor is doing, he literally just insulted the whole community here. He assaulted all of us, guys. He literally just popped out of nowhere and decided to do an emergency 5,000 hotel beds and emergency beds. I'm like, wait. We asked for those beds in the winter and you said no. You said no. Go do the process, he says. Go do the process. You guys know what the process is, right? You gotta wait and wait and wait. So with that said, I don't think it's fair to New York citizens. I'm not even a New York citizen, but I don't know why I'm caring so much for you guys. I just don't know why I'm doing it, but I feel like I have an obligation to make it right. Someone needs to say something. Someone needs to speak up, because these homeless people need something, some resources. Where's the mental health? Seriously. If you guys were watching my live stream last night, you heard what that Ukrainian woman said. She said people here is not nice anymore. All the real New Yorkers either left or hiding. Hiding. Go watch my live stream last night. She was donating, guys, she's homeless and she was donating food to the refrigerator. You see what I mean? Why are the homeless people treating come on. This woman should be working for DHS outreach services. Why don't you give this woman a job? She's literally donating food to a community refrigerator and she's homeless. Does that goes to show you that the city is not paying attention. This woman is doing something that no one else is willing to do. And she's doing it with nothing. No resources, no money. She's just going to these markets and grabbing yogurt. You know, she had brought some organic yogurt, fresh, unpacked, unsealed, and by the way, unexpired yogurt, organic. You guys saw that last night. All that yogurt and vegetables and fruits. She brought all that there from another market just to help her fellow homeless people get fed. Come on. She deserves a fucking job. She deserves a job with the city. She deserves to be the outreach. She should be the symbol, the face of DHS homeless outreach. How about that? How about that? She should be that symbol, that face. Because obviously, there's no face on homelessness. Everyone doesn't look at us as equals. Look at my videos. Look at my logs. People walking by homeless people and not even paying attention. Look at the guy with all that stuff he was pushing, right? And guess what happened? He tried to pass, but the guy that was on the phone with his dog refused to move. He just refused to move. What does that tell you? Entitlement. The grass is always greener on the other side. Dim, you might be right about that. This is why I said, guys, if you want opportunities, look at what my... So I got this, I was staying at the internet, Long Island City Hostel. You guys know that hostel, right? You know Matthew, right? Matthew is a musician. He's also a poet. He also works at that hostel, and he also has another job, and he is struggling to pay his rent. He's worried that he won't be able to find rent, so he decided to move out. He is deciding to move out of New York City. He wants to go to Wisconsin, so he went to Wisconsin because he asked me, "How is Wisconsin?" I said, "You want to know what's Wisconsin? Go to Madison first, then work your way to Milwaukee, then work your way up to Green Bay, then you can work your way back down to Kenosha, and then work your way down to like Baraboo, and you can work your way down to the Wisconsin Dells, right back into Madison, right?" But he wanted to see what was Madison about, because Madison has a music, by the way, he's a musician, he has talent. Madison has opportunities for musicians, music, live shows, science, architecture, also agriculture. And mind you, there's a lot of factory work in Wisconsin. There's a lot of resources and a lot of work that needs to be done. And oh, by the way, in Wisconsin, you won't be questioned about getting food stamps. You know why? Because in New York City, you have to have a New York ID to get food stamps, and you got the registered ID, and you got to prove to know where you live to order to get those resources. Then you got to go to all these meetings all the time, and to order to keep your benefits. But in Wisconsin, you have to go to the job center, sign up. You will get benefits on the same day. You don't wait. You can get it the same day. Emergency purpose only. Yes, they provide you with an emergency card. You get your other card in the mail if you have an address, or you can pick up your new card from the job center. See how easy Wisconsin makes it? But New York City, they make it so complicated. You have to go here, you gotta go there, you gotta take the train here, you gotta go to Brooklyn, you gotta go to Bronx, you gotta go here. Everything is in one place in Wisconsin. It's called the Dane County Job Center in Madison, Wisconsin. It's in, and that goes for Portland as well. Everything is so simple in Portland. Why can New York be so simple? Why? Why can it not be so simple? And that's what I'm talking about. It should be simple for those homeless to get housing or a cooling center without being afraid to go to a cooling center, because we know that the cooling centers are kind of dangerous and they are not ideal, because you know the bad guys like to hang out there and try to hustle you and try to steal from you. We got footage of that. This is why I have tons of footage, guys. And all that footage that you've been seeing in my logs, some of that is from last year. That's why that's why I'm trying to play catch up on my logs. I'm just going to try to add logs, because obviously my uploads are being demonetized by YouTube. Oh yeah, there's a big problem on YouTube right now, and everyone's affected. Everyone's affected. YouTube is playing a dirty game. And this is why I was telling you guys, can't trust YouTube anymore. They are literally targeting channels. I just posted on my community channel here. Rose Avada is a shoe, or it's a manufacturing process that they make a couple stuff, but they do shoe reviews. And this guy content is so clean. No swearing, no profanity, no nothing. No violation, no nothing. And they flagged him. They demonetized his video because he cut open a World War II boot. How stupid is that, YouTube? You demonetized because he cut up a World War II boot because he had the word World War II in it? Oh my panda. You're so unprofessional, YouTube. This is why messages don't get sent out to a larger audience, because of people in charge, people in authority of that really sees the video, they sees the message, but they're like, no, don't send that out to everyone. Shadow ban it. That's what YouTube does. That's what Instagram does. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, Instagram is dead. So I'm on a new platform called Veco. So it's like Instagram, but it looks better. It's more organized. It's more it's more photography friendly instead of video friendly. Instagram is dead. So don't expect me to upload photos on Instagram anymore. Don't expect me to do that. So yeah, I'm done with Instagram. Instagram is nothing but fucking favoritism and bullshit and lies, and like I said, it's all about money. It's not about the people anymore. It's not about the people. It's about money. That's shameful. Without people, you can't make money. So why are you thinking about money first and not the people? So with that said, everyone, and Mike, you're right. Something's better than nothing, but guess what? We tried to get something, and guess what? We were denied. Look at my job interviews videos. We were denied. Even though I have a clean record, never been fired from a job, always resigned. But I think it also has something to do with my EEOC that I have still with my last employer. So that is a still ongoing case. I don't know why it's still taking long. I'm still receiving emails about it, but I don't understand why it's taking so long. Why an enforcer is taking so long to make a judgment. Come on, friend. You got all the YouTube links that you need. All the YouTube videos that you need. You got all the emails, all the threatening text messages from John Henry, all the threatening text messages from the staff at Porchlight, all the intimidation, all the discrimination and harassment from employees at Porchlight. Why is it taking so long? Listen, let me win my lawsuit and let me go on about my life, because honestly, that lawsuit could help a lot of people. I deserve that. What I went through to Porchlight was totally unacceptable. Because it's like they won't accept a smart black man. And by the way, most of the employees who were there were black, but they were former homeless, and they weren't outreach advocates. They were shelter managers. So a shelter manager is just a security guard overnight stay. He watches the homeless people while they sleep. He's just making sure everyone is safe. That is it. That's his job. He doesn't rule over me or anyone that does DHS homeless outreach work. They wanted to control us. That was like, what? You guys are just plain old shelter managers. You guys have no education, no diploma, no nothing. We have that. We went through the drug screening. We went through the background check process. You guys didn't go through a background screening process. But guess what? I was discriminated on that job. Most of the people were black. And then I was not expecting Darnell to betray me. And I knew that was going to happen because, you know, that's what people do. That's what people do sometimes, you know. And now, from what I'm hearing, she actually changing her thought about Porchlight. She quit Porchlight, by the way. Yeah, she no longer works for Porchlight. But now I'm hearing that she even filed the EEOC. So why did you tell Porchlight HR that I stole money? Yeah, guys, you know about that, right? So I had a Turkish friend stop by the shelter, right? I told him, yeah, bring all that stuff, man. Bring all that stuff so we can help these guys. So this guy goes to the market, the Asian market, buys a bunch of stuff, buys food for these guys, right? But what I was not expecting him to throw down some money. So I picked up the money and said, no, you can't do that. The money, you gotta donate it. So I had to tell him, Porchlight has this on camera. They said, why are you talking another? This is what Porchlight asked me when I was talking to my friend that speaks Arabic. They said, why are you talking in the Arabic language? Why are you not talking English on the microphone? I said, because his English is not that good. First and foremost, that's disrespectful. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to write that also in my EEOC. How they are telling me that I cannot speak any Japanese, Korean while I'm at work. First of all, I can speak in whatever language I want to speak. That is just bullshit. This is why we have problems at Porchlight. Anyway, why are we even talking about Porchlight? I'm really talking about the mayor. But I was trying to make a point, though, right? Exactly. I was trying to make a point. The point is, you're better off in the Midwest. You're better off. Yes, the Midwest has some harsh winters, but sometimes those harsh winters are the most beautiful winters. Have you ever seen, guys, I want you a picture this beautiful scene. A winter white snow day. But on the tree, you can see the crystallization of the snowpacks. You'd be like, oh my panda, I can literally see like a snow star in the snow. Dude, the snow out there in the Midwest is so beautiful. Oh my panda. I'm sorry, I'm a nature person. I grew up hiking. I grew up doing a lot of stuff in Japan. So like, or not just Japan, Europe, back in Paris, back in, when I was in Switzerland for like 6 months, when I was like 16, 17. That was kind of weird because my French German was, my French German sucked. I was all about my Japanese, like, yeah. Because, you know, I gotta show love to all my Asian people, you know? But, yeah, I thought I was a shit, because, you know, and then I realized I need to practice my own native language. That sucks. I don't even know my own native language like that. So now that I do, I feel like more obligated to learn more languages. But anyway, guys, Midwest, the snow, the ice lakes, you can literally ice fish. You can literally ice fish for only a permit for $25. Guys, a permit to fish in the Hudson River here in New York City, what I was told was like $50 to $100. I'm like, nah, Wisconsin, $25. You can fish all season long. All season long you can fish. You can't do fishing here in New York City. It's not safe. I don't trust the fish. I don't trust the water. Something's in the water. That's why everyone's going crazy. That's why I don't drink the water from the fountains. I drink the water from the store. And I recommend buying bottled water anyway. Because these pipes in New York City have not been changed for, I don't know how long, decades. So you're going to have corrosion, mildew, all types of... Yeah. That's why, guys, if you have a home... This is why I love to own my own house or my own apartment. Or... have an apartment and have a good landlord. I say, hey, how's your water septic system is? Do you filter every 6 months? I love a landlord that does their job, that does change the filter and the boiler and the water system in your home. I love that. I love that. Guys, I'm talking about Scott. Scott was me and Yuki's first landlord in Wisconsin, and he's still my favorite landlord. Oh my panda. This guy literally will break his back for you. Mind you, he wasn't racist or biased. And his daughter was really such a cutie. Oh, she was always helpful coming by. Hey panda! Like, hey, what's up? I'm cooking something. You want some food? Like, yeah! Yeah, she was so cute and adorable. Oh my panda. I really miss Scott. Scott was a pretty cool landlord. He was like the best landlord I had other than the... What is that? Washington Corp, which is that Washington building that's on 360 Washington, that condominium. It's called the Metropolitan. So I used to live at the Metropolitan. But anyway, I love winter. It's definitely my favorite season. I love winters too. I think it's my favorite season too. Summers are like, yeah, they work. But I love fall. The colors of fall. Guys, the best colors of fall, seriously. But you gotta catch it. You literally gotta go to Portland, and you gotta go to like Beaverton, Hillsdale, where all the Japanese Korean live. Dude, the trees out there, oh my pants, the colors are so nice. But it only lasts 2 weeks. It's not like New York City. The colors last like 4 weeks. In Portland, the colors only last 2 weeks. At most, two and a half at the most. In Wisconsin, they last about 3 weeks. Okay, it can reach up to 4 weeks, depends on how strong winter is coming to Wisconsin or to the Midwest. So take it with a grain of salt. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Mike, you have ever been homeless? Yeah, let's ask Mike. That's a good question, Mike. Have you ever been homeless, officially homeless? Have you struggled? Because let me tell you, friend, I came all the way from Vancouver, Canada. we went to San Francisco. We went to Portland. We went back to Wisconsin. We went to Chicago. We went to Boston, New Hampshire, DC, Vermont, Yes. So have you been homeless, Mike? Have you ever been homeless? And how long you been homeless? And how did you deal with your homelessness? Because obviously, you know that some people cannot deal with their homelessness because it actually drives them insane. But anyway, guys, last night I broke my iPhone. So I cleaned off the lens right here. Wait, let me open this lens. You see this lens, this wide angle lens? So there's a lens cap or glass in front of this lens here. I had to take the broken pieces off because there is a replaceable for that. But I decided that I was gonna go to Amazon and buy some like protection cover for it for now, because I need to change the back panel of my iPhone because that also cracked. But that is Small Rig's fault. Small Rigs, you got a lot of answers to do. How did the rig undetach itself from the phone? Mind you guys, we were trying to do a windmill kick over there last night because you guys were like, do it again, try to show you some karate moves. Try to show you some karate moves, and the phone just like flew out of my hand and dropped on the ground, but slid all the way across. And that's how I broke the glasses on the front of these lenses and the back glass panel on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. It is not cheap to replace either. So, but yeah. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to make a live stream this morning. There's 19 of you here, and mind you, I'm pretty sure YouTube just demonetized this video. And as I said, I announced it earlier, YouTube is literally going after a lot of people's channels. If you guys have not seen what's going on, literally, I just posted on the community board. It's so distasteful that YouTube is doing that. They're taking money from us and revenue. That's not cool. That is not cool, YouTube. I'm sorry, but what you're doing right now is abomination. You literally are messing with the algorithm, and you literally are taunting people for no reason. And YouTube has been put in a place, not once, but 3 times already, guys. We uploaded 3 logs, and they try to say that it is copyright. No, friend, I pay for that. Stop your gimmicks. Stop. They don't want to pay out. That's what it is. They don't want to pay out. It's not about... Yeah, they just don't want to pay out. They want to try to limit how much payout they can to content creators. They want you to fuck up so they can strike you. So with that said, everyone, please support the channel. Subscribe, like, and share. If you guys want to follow me more, follow me on social media. Trust me, I'm more active on there. You can see what I'm doing behind the scenes. Trust me, you're going to laugh your ass off if you're on Instagram. You're like, whoa, that just happened? Yeah, we just saw a white guy beat up 3 homeless guys. Guys, if you didn't see that video of the white rich dude, the rich British fuck that's not an American citizen, beating up 3 homeless men and bullying mentally. He didn't touch them mentally. He beat them up mentally on 5th Avenue. That was my video. Go watch it. It's so distasteful. Because this black fucker in the office, the Adams guy, he don't even know the mayor's name. That's when you know someone doesn't live here. That was strike 1. Another, he doesn't even know what resources are here. First of all, it's called DHS, New York City Homeless Resource Outreach. Everybody knows who they are. This is on strike 2. This is what he don't know. This is why you're not helping. He literally told those homeless men to leave his neighborhood, get out my neighborhood, go somewhere else and sleep. Dude, you do not run Central Park. You do not own Central Park. That park is for everyone, homeless or not. It's a park to get away from the troubles of the city streets of New York. Central Park is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place, ladies and gentlemen. I like Central Park, but I just don't like the city that surrounds Central Park. And some of the people that think they are entitled to tell other people you don't belong in your neighborhood, because we were also told on Central Park West from that Russian woman with the doggy. You guys remember her? She's famous on this channel, by the way. She's like, you don't deserve to be. I never seen. Get out my neighborhood. You do not have authority to tell an individual that pays taxes in this country to get out of neighborhoods. That is so wrong. So a violation of my human rights right there. Come on. No, thank you guys. No, don't ever thank me. I'm just trying to give you guys a sense of morality. You gotta wake up. You gotta see between the fine lines, dude. Everybody. Guys, look at me. I was spoiled. Spoiled little adopted rich kid. Spoiled as fuck. I thought I had it all. I was baller. Look at me, I'm a baller. Woo! I was thinking I was balling. I wasn't balling. I was making fun of myself. I was embarrassing myself. By what do you mean by it? You were rich. You had money. I was doing the wrong things with my money. That's why it was embarrassing. I wasn't doing the right things. I was spending my money on gaming systems, pleasuring myself, built-in gaming computers. Oh yeah, I'm still good at that shit. I'm a techie. That's what I do on my iPhone. I tech the shit out of everything. But I wish I could have took that money and did something to help people with that money. Because I honestly cry when I see sad shit. I honestly cry. I tear when I see sad things that I see on the street. Like that man that literally has that disease, that Longemus disease down on his leg. Dude, he can literally get amputated for that. Yes, he can get his legs amputated if he doesn't take care of himself. This is why I showed him on my channel. This is why I showed him in my log, not once, but twice. It's a serious matter, ladies and gentlemen. Being out here could cause you to die. Being out here on the streets can cause your life. So think about it before you judge another homeless person or judge me. I'm not a bad person. I don't have a criminal record. But people want to make it seem like I have a criminal record. Why? I'm black. That's why. I'm black. And we cannot deny us men and women of color or our Asian brothers and sisters, because they are part of our color society. Why you think Bruce Lee's best friend was black? Come on, friends. Yeah, one of Bruce Lee's best friends was black. And the other white dude that he's with, they was his best friends. Those are his first students, by the way. So, this is why I don't understand the racism in this country. Like, Bruce Lee got us together. Martial arts. I remember watching 80s movies and seeing whites, blacks, and Asians all together, hanging out like a gang. 80s gangs. You guys like the classic gangs. But I like the Warriors. I love that movie. Warriors, come on to play. I love that fucking movie. I love that movie. I like running, that's why. And the running scenes, oh. So one day, I actually imitated one of those runs and the Riverside Park, because that's where it was filmed. One of those scenes was filmed at the Riverside Park. So I did that run and I'm like, holy shit, these guys were running a long time. Holy shit. They had to run from 96th Street all the way to 72nd Street, right? In order to run through another gang. Oh my panda. I understand now how fucking hard it was to try to survive back in the 80s in New York City. Now I truly understand. Like, I did that run. I'm like, yo, dude, I fucking, if I was a warrior, I gotta get me a vest. I gotta get me one of those vests. So I'm gonna be like, yeah. Because I think that's the coolest American movie of all time. I watched that several times when I was in Japan. Yes, they did broadcast it. They didn't broadcast it in Japan. What happened was, we came to the States, we bought the VHS tape, and I was hooked. I was watching that every after school, dude. Every after school. And my parents were like, don't you get tired watching? No. This is the coolest shit I ever seen. This is the coolest shit. I think it's still the coolest shit I ever seen. Come on. I don't know about you guys, but I love cinematography. I like those classic movies. I like how they were shot. And like Bruce Lee's movies were kind of interesting too, because those animations that he did, those special effects, those were camera operated. And then they put it together and blended by fading the scene in one scene. So he had to stand in one spot and do that constantly. And that's what they did. I love that technique. I love that technique. I'm gonna show you how to do that technique one day in one of my video tutorials. It's so easy. So thank you guys for watching. You guys want to support lunch today? Because we're gonna need it. It's gonna be the hotter day. Oh yeah, we need water. We need fresh water. I need to get fresh water. I'm running out of water. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm out of water. Yeah, we need to get some Gatorade, some water. Yeah, I need some Gatorade. There's a PayPal, Cash App, remember everybody? You guys want to support, if you want to support financially, there's also a Patreon, so you can support the content that way as well. If you guys say, hey, I want to do more. If you guys want to do more, I'm selling glass prints of my photography, ladies and gentlemen. So you can really help out if you want to buy a print. If you want to go to print, go to my website. It's ThePandaPhotographer.com. I'm playing with you guys. Yeah, go check my website out. And I'm actually doing glass prints right now. I can't do frames right now because that takes hand skill to do, and I gotta pick up some materials and stuff. But I'm doing glass prints, which means the glass is like, what is it, 3 millimeters thin? It's like that thin glass. And Z is one of our subscribers here, and he bought 3 prints already, and he wants to buy 2 more. She's trying to save up and buy 2 more. But anyway, I also sold prints. I got my reviews up on Google. You can read them. Don't read the lawyer review, because she's a bad person. You guys know about that lawyer. But that's how you can support the channel, everybody. Seriously. That's how you should support. This spot looks like it's becoming a chill spot. Seeing you here is your video off and now, especially on a day that you got drenched. Oh yeah, I got drenched in the rain. And that's why this doesn't work. I have to replace, oh shit, damn, I need to get my new pump. I need money for that too. I need to replace this. This is my oxygen reader and my temperature reader. So I need this. And this got damaged in the rainstorm. Or that rain. So you can see when the rain fucked up this, got wet. So yeah, I do have asthma. And you guys are probably saying, you have asthma, but you're skating, you're walking around, you're doing it. I have it under control. But there are hot days where I don't have it under control. Because sometimes when it's too hot, the humid air literally takes over and I can't breathe sometimes. So sometimes I'm pumping 3 times a day. Sometimes I'm pumping 4 times a day. It depends on the situation. But then again, I'm not eating very well either. And also I'm losing weight, but I'm also trying to gain a 6-pack. So trying to work out the sexy body for the winter, because we gotta stay warm in the winter. That's the most important thing. So, but I wish this Asian market was open. Fucking A. Fucking closed down. Stupid. They had like really good ramen. And they had a microwave you can heat up the ramen. Oh my panic. See, that's why I love Asian markets. You can buy ramen and you can fill up the water and throw it in the microwave and wait 2 minutes and be like, bing! Got lunch. But anyway, guys, I just fixed the wheel again. So I needed to put it a little bit tighter. So I put an extra washer or nut on top. And then what I do is I use that Gorilla Glue and let it sit overnight. And it got hard. That's what I did with the small rigs case. I'm going to show you right now. Take this out of the case. As you can see, I painted it black because it got scarred pretty bad last night. And you can see that black is not lasting on it. But you can see where I glued it from the inside too. You can see from the inside. And this is what I don't understand. Small rigs, why is this designed with screws? This should have been one solid piece. I don't understand this design. This should have been one solid piece, not two separate pieces. I understand that you want people to be more flexible to take this off, but I never want to take this off because this could have protected my 3 cameras, but it didn't. It came off and scratched my cameras and broke one of my camera lenses. Nope. I am not getting any closer because no one's. So lately, I haven't not really been receiving big donations, or I haven't been selling any prints or any kind of services for photography. I haven't been doing much, so I'm struggling right there. But I'm patient. You guys know I've been patient for a year in the city. But I just don't. I really wish small rigs would have made this a one piece. This would have protected my my lenses from being damaged. But you can see I painted it black. And you guys are like, Panda, you just got this. I'm like, I know. But B&H. And I don't feel like going back in the city and going to B&H because I already destroyed it. B&H is what happened. I'm like, well, and tell your story. It's called small rigs didn't secure the screws in the first place. They didn't use any Loctite. Small rigs, you gotta use Loctite. You gotta use Loctite for screws. Come on, you should know better than that, small rigs. Loctite keeps the screws in. Come on, everybody knows that from the construction industry, from built-in houses or making structural video rigs. This screw was coming out last night. This was moving up and down. Like I said, everyone, gotta use Loctite. But small rigs did not use any Loctite, so I don't recommend this product for iPhone 11 Pro. But I noticed that the iPhone 11 13 model looks much better than the 11 model. Is that because you guys knew that was a mistake for this model and you made some improvements on the 12 and the 13? And I think you did. So, small rigs, I really like my money back, but I can't get my money back. I'm not really satisfied with this because I had to buy stuff in order to fix it. And I'm not sending it back to B&H. They don't have Loctite screws in it. Mind you, I could go to a hardware store and find that screw. You'd probably get charged like 15 cents for that screw. But I still need some Loctite, and I'm not going to spend $10 on some really good Loctite. Or $7 on Loctite. I'd rather spend $7 on Gatorade and water. So I used the Gorilla Glue that I have, and dude, that stuff is working. Look at this stuff. Look, check this out. It's also on the Wagon here, where it is soldered. Yep. Also, on the joints where it's soldered. Yeah, look at that. You can see it. This stuff is hard as, yeah. So if you guys want to see what I'm using, I'm just being very transparent, guys. That's who I am. That's who I am. Always going to be. I don't care what people say or what kind of judgment they have, because I don't care. I do care because I like to torment them sometimes. I like to give them shit. Sometimes people need some shit. But anyway, here's the glue that I'm using. It's cool, yeah, clear, transparent. See, like me, transparent. And apparently it says if you was to hold this down or clamp it and leave it alone for 24 hours or 12 hours, you get a good result. And that's what I got. I got a good result right there. It's not been 12 hours, but within that 6-hour period right now, it's been holding very steady. It's not making that clinky noise like it was before when it had the screws in. When it had the screws in, it's making this clinky noise. Like click, 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 click. Now, you barely hear it. You barely hear it anymore. Yeah, see? I don't like that noise. So let me put you guys back into the rig. see this button here? You see this? You see this? This shit never came off last night, but it did. Small rigs. So FYI, don't be stupid. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going right now. I need to try to find the cheapest water I can buy for $1.50. Should just buy a gallon of water. That's $2 though. But there's no Walgreens in this area. Yeah, no Walgreens in this area. Rich people don't believe in Walgreens. They don't want budget stores in their neighborhood, I guess. But yeah, there's a Walgreens all the way by the park. I'm not going by the park. I'm not going to be in that sun trying to fry my biscuit. No way, friend. I'm not going to that. I got no purpose to go to that park. And plus, my cell phone reception doesn't work very well in that park either. So, FYI, I don't know why that is. I don't know. But that's proof that Simple Moment ain't crap. It's not very good. If you can't handle going one place to another. Are there no drinking fountains? Oh yeah, Maka, we do not want to drink the water in New York City, friend. I don't know what's in the water. But people are going crazy, obviously. So, I'm staying away from that. I wait till I get a bottle, a big gallon of water or something. I'm not drinking that water. I don't know what's in the pipes. I don't know what they put in the water. They gotta be putting something in water because people are going nuts for no reason. But with that said, everyone, this mayor of New York City is he's very contradicting himself right now. He's making himself look like a fucking asshole by treating his fellow homeless people like this man right here, like shit. Yeah, this man I be all the time. He's homeless. He's bored. Look at him. Look at him bored. Give him opportunity. Give this man an opportunity. Fucking no, but you won't. You won't give this man an opportunity. You want them to clean the streets. That's an opportunity. I don't think that's an opportunity. I think that's slave labor. Because you already got sanitation for that. Give him real opportunity. Something that he could really feel passionate about. No one wants to feel not everyone is passionate about cleaning someone else's neighborhood. That's not a passion. That's not a real job goal. See, the market they're doing something inside of the market. I hope they reopen. This is a really good Asian market. They closed down all these businesses, man. That's so suck it. All right, guys. You guys have oh yeah, today's Friday, right? Everybody's gonna be hanging from the trees like monkeys. Yeah, it's bar night, so you know what that means, guys. This is why we don't want to be in the city like last night. We saw a lot of crazy things. People throwing bottles in our live stream last night. Oh my panda. We were like, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to get out of here. People throwing bottles in my live stream. Oh my panda. Yeah, but I might not even stay in Long Island City today. I might just move somewhere else. But then again, I'm never in one spot. Someone left their cigarettes here. Bad for you. Don't smoke. Guys, as I said earlier, listen, those things, those cigarettes, they're bad for you. You're better off smoking weed or marijuana. Sorry to say that on live stream. But I'm honestly going to tell you, like, I'm going to be honest, like, I fucking despise the cigarettes. This is why I fucking was getting on Bob's ass about that shit. Because Bob was smoking and he literally was like, dude, come on. Smoking that trash. Anyway. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.